Well, a new Fox poll finds the economy still the top concern for voters on both sides of the aisle. And for Governor Rick Scott of the key swing state of Florida, it's also the defining issue when it comes to which candidate to back in this election. Governor Scott saying, quote, this: yes, foreign policy, very important. Yes, cultural issues, very important. But as for me, I will support the candidate who has both the best plan to grow the real American economy, not the government economy, and the capability to actually execute that plan. Well, joining me now exclusively, Florida Governor Rick Scott. Great to have you on The Real Story, Governor. So have you decided which candidate that will be?
Well, like you, I'll be watching the debate. I want a candidate that's going to say, we're going to have a plan. We have a plan for 12 million jobs over 4 years. Not only do we have the idea how to do it, we know we can implement it. Also, they need to make sure they balance the budget, and they've got to cut this federal regulation in half. But 12 million jobs in 4 years, that's what I want to see.
Well, it's interesting because you have two GOP contenders from your state, Marco Rubio and Jeb Bush. Would you say that you're picking between those two, or you're going at it with a fresh look?
Well, we've got a lot of great candidates. They've had the opportunity to work with a lot of them, but I want a plan. When I ran in 2010, I said I will create 700,000 jobs in 7 years. We will be probably close to 1 million jobs in 5 years. If somebody comes out with a plan, they can make it happen. We need more jobs in this country. 12 million jobs in 4 years. We need to balance the budget, cut regulation in half, and then all American citizens have a chance to live the dream of America, and that starts with a job.
Okay, I want to show the extent of this poll that I was talking about. The most important issue facing our country, according to the Fox News poll, the economy at 30%. That seems to never change. It's always about the pocketbook. Terrorism, 11%, health care, 11%, immigration, 7%, foreign policy, 7%, deficit, 7%. Governor Scott, you were new to politics when you decided to run for governor. Does that make you look at the Trump candidacy or the Fiorina or the Ben Carlson candidacy in the same way as you decided to get into politics, somebody new?
Well, I think new is always something that's it's refreshing often. But the truth is, it always comes down to, why should I vote for somebody? In my case, why am I going to support somebody? I'm going to support somebody that's going to help our state continue to add jobs. So I think the right thing is 12 million jobs over 4 years, have a plan to make sure it happens. If you do that, you're going to get the votes.
Right.
That's who's going to beat Hillary Clinton.
Okay, so which of these candidates has come to you for your endorsement because Florida is such an incredibly important state?
I've gotten to know most of them. A lot of the governors I worked with, because they were governors while I was governor, so I worked with them closely. A lot of it was to deal with this ridiculous federal regulation that's stifling jobs in our state and across the country. But look, we have a lot of great candidates, but I want a jobs plan. I want an economic plan that's going to turn this economy around. That's what I'm looking for, and that's who I'll support. Okay,
so 17 people, they all apparently still have a chance at getting your endorsement, so we'll check back in with you after the debate, potentially. In the meantime, though, your state is dealing with some major flooding right now. What are you trying to do to address that? I know you sent us some photos, and there's some big problems going on in your state.
Yeah, in the Tampa area, we've had a lot of rain. I was down there last night meeting with citizens, both in shelters and out on the street, and it was out to them. So it looks like the river is about to crest in the next hour or so. We'll continue to have some issues through the weekend if we don't get any more rain. So we're going to make sure we have all the state and local resources that we can to make sure these citizens get back to a normal life.
All right. And if any of the candidates are watching right now, you need to have an economic plan to get Governor Rick Scott behind you.
12 million jobs, Gretchen. That's what we need.
All right. Governor, great to have you on The Real Story. We'll see you again soon.
I've seen you, Gretchen.